Ladies and gentlemen of Bachelor Nation, we have breaking news to get to today. We have a sad story to report. After days-long speculation, we can report that Kat Izzo and John Henry have announced their breakup via an Instagram statement. We're going to share this story with you right now and pay homage to the relationship that could not quite get out of the gates. This and more on this breaking news update. All right, folks, do me a solid. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals, patreon.com/Dave Neal for behind-the-scenes bonus content. And I've already got this afternoon episode up of Bachelor Rush Hour, so I didn't have this statement prepared, but that's why we're here for the breaking news. Not only did John Henry and Kat Izzo break up, but obviously Kylie and Avon broke up after Kylie alleged Avon had multiple infidelities, which he then pretty much confessed to. Bachelorette Windmill brought up this this tweet from last year where Avon said there's cheating and there's emotional cheating. Justice for Johnny DiFilippo, hashtag Bachelor in Paradise. And that aged like milk, did not age well for him. But we've been waiting for this story to break regarding Kat Izzo and John Henry. I was holding up hope, as I do as a hopeless romantic. Kat Izzo and John Henry are engaged. This story was from December 7th, and now here's our update. Let's read it. It's a photo of them embracing in each other's arms, and John Henry said, "With mutual love and respect, Kat and I have recently decided to part ways. Our relationship has been filled with wonderful memories and growth, something we look forward to sharing with you. While our paths are taking different directions due to our career goals not aligning, we are grateful for the love and support we've received from our family, friends, and Bachelor Nation. While this decision wasn't easy, we believe it's the right step for both of us as individuals. As we navigate this transition, we ask for your continued support and respect for our privacy." They received love from Jess Gerard, Mercedes, even Charity Lawson sending them a prayer, Davia, hearts, and people. Look, I mean, you might get people. And find me a situation where I danced on any relationship's grave. You want it to work out. You want to be able to overcome controversy. Now, they say that their relationship didn't work out because of career goals, which of course everything really can come down to, are we heading in the same trajectory or not? Are we aligned on the same values, this and that? But more importantly, they just couldn't get over some of the issues. Seemingly that Kat had such a tough go this season, and a lot of audience seem to have left the grace fuel on empty and have not been able to give her grace. And people say, well, she doesn't deserve my grace. And it's actually the oxymoron that grace is actually supposed to be given to people exactly when they don't deserve it, and maybe even aren't even asking for it. It's a gift you give to somebody. It's not something that they demand of you. So I give her grace because I watched this season play out, and I understand her response and limbic system flares to all of the controversy she found herself in. Kind of that feeling where you're competing for a man's attention, and you're in a war mentality in some cases. So I can totally forgive her for all of that, regardless of whether or not she wants forgiveness. John Henry, on the other hand, we really haven't gotten to know much of him. I do have to say this about the relationship: is very challenging to make it work on Paradise, considering he wasn't even her first, second, or third guy, right? Or was he her third? In the sense that I'm not blaming her, but he just wasn't on the beach right away. So by the time the chips fell and they got together, the season was already half over. I'd love to know what you guys think about this. The one thing I can say about this season of Bachelor in Paradise is it was a colossal failure from Kylie. I mean, literally all we have to look forward to right now are Braden and Christina, and they weren't even on this season. So let's go over to Braden here. It's literally all we can look forward to is Braden and Christina. They, of course, announced their relationship. He was on this season. She was not. Actually, on this coming episode of Driving with Dave, I interviewed Cassidy Timbrooks, who was trying to be on last year's Bachelor in Paradise, and they did the thing that they do. Actually, I interviewed Pardeep as well, a former contestant, neuroscientist turned diplomat from Charity season, and they both said the same thing, that they were promised they would or told they would probably get on the show. They pack their bags and they just wait, and it doesn't happen. Well, Christina Mandrell, I thought, was supposed to be on the show, and we don't know what happened to her not going on the show. She posted this reel, I believe yesterday, after the unfortunate, let me see if I can find it here, tornadoes that touched down near her hometown. And that's not it. But either way, I think it was in her Instagram story. So it looks like, I don't know if Braden is moving to Nashville or if he's just visiting there, but it looks like it's hot and heavy. Again, as far as I know, this is probably the only relationship to come out of Bachelor in Paradise this year. If you gave me 30 singles, people that is, and had me pair them up blindfolded, I could have done a better job than Bachelor in Paradise this year. I could have literally just thrown people at the wall and go, you're with you. You know what I mean? The fact that they botched this so bad is impressive. If this were the first season of Bachelor in Paradise, they would never make another season. It was such a failure. So as I like to always do, I've created what I call a eulogy here, and that is for the ending of an era. And I like to make the eulogy the same length as the relationship. So if they were a long-term relationship, we would draw it out nice and long. Here's my eulogy to Kat Izzo and John Henry. It was announced on December 7th, 2023, that Kat Izzo and John Henry are engaged. 96 hours later, after an illustrious yet very short-lived firework of a season, Kat Izzo and John Henry announced it's over. So long, Kat Izzo and John Henry. To the love that was lost, to the love that never was, and to the love that could have been. We cherish you. We mourn for the family that could have been. We embrace the moment that was. Like a shot of Jägermeister at the last call of a night at the bar, it was short-lived and tasted kind of funny. And unfortunately, John Henry wasn't able to use his deep-sea diving gear to go down under into Kat Izzo's coastal coastline. What else can be said about this young couple in their mid-20s with their fit and tan bodies and their nice sleeves of tattoo? Eyes that yonder, gazes that are no more, a love lost at sea. One more time for John and Kat. Gone and most likely forgotten. This was your breaking news update. We'll be back later. Don't forget, Toy Drive at 7:30 p.m. East Coast, 4:30 p.m. Pacific. We will be hanging out on the Toy Drive, and we will be raising some funds for single moms out there. And we appreciate those that are going to come out tonight and donate some of your time and maybe a buck or two to the families in need. Bye, guys. And goodbye, John and Kat.